You know that feeling? The one where you're just tired? Tired of the noise, the endless scrolling, the constant pressure to be doing more. You're running on this hamster wheel, and deep down, a little voice is whispering, seriously, is this all there is?
It's such a weird paradox, right? The harder we try to control everything, to schedule and optimize and just force life to go our way, the heavier it all feels. We're promised that if we just get a little more organized, we'll finally get that sense of peace. But mostly, we just end up feeling more anxious and totally burned out.
And that's the real problem. This nonstop pressure to manage every little thing, to chase some impossible idea of perfection. It just creates this silent weight on our shoulders. We're so busy trying to win at life that we've kind of forgotten how to just live it. But what if there's a better way?
Yeah, our whole culture seems to celebrate this idea of grinding it out, of forcing outcomes. But the ancient philosopher Lao Tzu had a warning about this. He said that those who try to control the world will only ruin it. And that constant need to grip everything so tightly, that's the root of so much of our modern stress.
Okay, so that brings us to our first guide, Taoism. Think of it as a quiet rebellion against that obsession with force. It doesn't promise you more control, it actually offers something way more powerful, harmony. It's about treating life less like a battle you have to conquer and more like a river you can learn to move with. And at the heart of Taoism is this incredible idea called Wu Wei. Now, a lot of people mistake this for being lazy or doing nothing, but that's not it at all. Wu Wei is all about taking action, but without all that strain and struggle. It's like a master martial artist who uses their opponent's momentum instead of just trying to overpower them with brute force. It's smart, effortless action.
And the perfect symbol for this is water. Think about it. Water never fights an obstacle head-on. It just flows around it. But over time, that same soft, gentle water can wear away the hardest stone. It's this beautiful reminder that being flexible and persistent is often way more powerful than being rigid and forceful.
So it really boils down to a choice between two ways of living. On one side, you've got force. That's all about clinging to plans, being rigid, and constantly fighting the current. And honestly, it's exhausting. But on the other side, you've got flow. That's about being flexible, adapting, loosening your grip a little, and moving with the current of life. One way creates stress, the other builds resilience.
All right, so that's how we deal with the world around us. But what about our inner world? For our second guide, we turn to the samurai. While Taoism teaches us how to flow, the code of Bushido teaches us how to build something solid inside ourselves, an unbreakable moral compass to guide us when things get chaotic.
And let's be clear, Bushido is so much more than just rules for a battlefield. It's a whole philosophy for living with deep integrity. It's a mix of Zen, Confucianism, and Shintoism, and it teaches that the real fight isn't out there, it's in here. It's about sharpening your character just like you'd sharpen a sword. So, let's look at 3 of its core virtues. First, rectitude. You can think of that as your gut feeling, your internal compass that just knows what's right. Then there's courage, which is the will to act on what's right even when you're afraid. And finally, honor. That's what you get when your actions and your principles are perfectly aligned. You live a life you can be proud of. It's about clarity in a world that's full of noise.
Okay, so we've learned to flow with the world and build our inner code. But what about making actual progress? Our final guide, Kaizen, is the perfect antidote to one of the biggest myths out there, the myth of overnight success. Kaizen is a quiet revolution that shows us that real, lasting change almost never happens in a big, dramatic burst. It happens in tiny, consistent steps.
And this is the beautiful, simple heart of Kaizen. All it asks is, can you get just 1% better today? That's it. It's an improvement so small, it's almost laughable. We're talking reading 1 more page, doing 1 extra push-up, maybe writing 1 sentence. It feels like nothing. But this is where the magic kicks in. Because of the incredible power of compounding, that tiny 1% improvement doesn't just add up, it multiplies. Over a year, you don't just get 365% better. No, you end up over 37 times better. It's proof that small daily habits are what create absolutely massive results over time. And the process itself couldn't be simpler. It's just a loop. You look at where you are, you find 1 tiny thing you can improve, you do it, and then you just repeat that cycle tomorrow. It completely shifts your focus away from some perfect far-off goal and onto the simple process of getting a little bit better every single day.
So, how does this all fit together? Well, these 3 ancient philosophies aren't just cool ideas to think about. They're a practical, powerful toolkit you can use to navigate the craziness of modern life with a quieter, more durable kind of strength.
So let's just boil it all down. From Taoism, we learn to stop trying to force everything and just loosen our grip. From Bushido, we get the tools to build an unbreakable inner compass, to live by a code. And from Kaizen, we learn that the real secret to getting anywhere meaningful is to just take one small step, and then another.
And really, that brings us to the most important question of all, the one for you. You don't need to reinvent your life by tomorrow morning, you just need to start. So, looking at your own life right now, with all this wisdom in your back pocket, what's your next small step?